Well, for the last 11 days, Times Now has been digging deep and trying to put together the pieces of the puzzle that is the truth behind the Kashmiri Hindu genocide. Let's begin with a paper trail that leads right to the door of Farooq Abdullah.
Absolutely, because Pratibha, where Times Now that has another document, let's put out that document also on air, that proves that the Abdullahs could have actually prevented the genocide. They could have saved the Hindu community there when they were in power, and also they were very aware of the attacks. This is something that the BJP too has put forth, where Times Now has now accessed Jammu and Kashmir government's Migrant and Movable Property Act of 1997. This is a particular document that was passed when Dr. Farooq Abdullah was then the Chief Minister.
That's right. And of course, Abita, the government had also then, if you look at the documents, the government had acknowledged the exodus that began under Farooq Abdullah as the Chief Minister. The Act also specified that migrant means a person who migrated after 1st November 1989, very much when the National Conference patron was at the helm of affairs. Now, of course, this document also blows the lid of the claim that the Abdullahs have made so far, isn't it?
Absolutely, because what is being said so far by them, that they are in a mode of a complete denial, where Dr. Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah, both being former Chief Minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, have so far maintained that the Kashmiri genocide and the consequent exodus did not happen under their watch. Let's get you some reactions.
जनाब वो गवर्नर थे उस वक्त, अब वो जिंदा नहीं रहे, नहीं तो वो बता देते। इसे मैं चाहता हूँ कि इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन करनी चाहिए, और इन्वेस्टिगेशन में फिल्म से दिखती है, हर फिल्म अपनी अपनी बयान करते हैं। ये नहीं ज़रूरी है कि हर फिल्म सच्ची है। इसको अगर देखना है तो इसकी जांच करिए, ईमानदारी से इसको जांच करिए, देखिए कौन इसमें जिम्मेवार है, कैसे हुआ, क्यों हुआ।
उसमें तरह तरह के झूठ दिखाए गए हैं, बिलखसूस उस वक्त की हुकूमत के बारे में। हकीकत ये है कि जब ये वाक़ये हुए, जब कश्मीरी पंडित यहाँ से निकल गए, उस वक्त फारूक अब्दुल्ला वज़ीर आला नहीं था, उस वक्त गवर्नर राज था, जगमोहन साहब गवर्नर थे, वीपी सिंह साहब की हुकूमत थी, और वीपी सिंह की हुकूमत के पीछे कौन खड़ा था? BJP.
All right, so Times Now has also accessed the Jammu and Kashmir government's Migrant and Movable Property Act 1997. We'll put out the main pointers there, what exactly it entails, where Dr. Farooq Abdullah, who was then the Chief Minister of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, when the act was passed in the assembly, and Jammu and Kashmir government that time had acknowledged that exodus began under Dr. Farooq Abdullah when he was the reigning Chief Minister.
Right, Amita, and also that's completely in contrast to what the Abdullahs have been saying now. Remember, just 2 days ago, Omar Abdullah had said, we played out that reaction for you just now as well, where he said that Farooq Abdullah was not the Chief Minister when the exodus took place, when the genocide took place, instead blaming the VP Singh government. This act that was passed when Farooq Abdullah was the Chief Minister specified that a migrant means a person who migrated after the 1st of November in 1989, and like we said, this document really nails that version of the Abdullahs, that they were not in power where the exodus took place.
I believe we have Sohail joining us at this point with more details on that. Sohail, good morning. First of all, does it really come as a surprise when it comes to the Abdullahs trying to shrug off the entire responsibility of what happened that time when the exodus was happening and be in a complete denial mode?
Well, we have seen number of people coming out now and in fact commenting on this issue. In fact, yesterday we have seen ex-bureaucrat Farooq Abdullah claiming that in 1989, in fact on 15th of August, Farooq Abdullah making a statement and scaring the minority community, and in fact pitting this Muslim majority community against Kashmiri Pandits, where he said that the security forces have destroyed Batamalo and they will be putting your residential houses on fire as well. Now, then ex-DGP, SP were also stating and claiming that 70 militants were released by Farooq Abdullah government. All we know is that the first Kashmiri Pandit was killed was Mr. Ganju, who was a was a judge and had in fact sentenced J&K founder Maqbul Bhatt to death, was killed on in fact in 1989 in November month, and in Rajiv Gandhi remained Prime Minister of this country till December 1989, and Farooq Abdullah remained Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir till 18th of January 1990. In fact, on 18th of January 1990, he resigned. So the killings had already started, and the Kashmiri Pandits should were already leaving this place when Farooq Abdullah was Chief Minister, and this is being even it's on record, and now many people are coming out. What is surprising is that in last few days we have seen Dr. Farooq Abdullah demanding a probe, his son Umar Abdullah demanding a truth and reconciliation commission, and then they are Farooq Abdullah's brother Dr. Mustafa Kamal saying that they will be supporting probe because NC has nothing to hide, and it didn't took place that exodus of Kashmiri Pandits didn't took place when Chief Minister when Farooq Abdullah was Chief Minister. Now this documented presented by Times Now has exposed Abdullah, and they need to answer from 1987 to 18th of January 1990 that the events that led.
That's right, because now they can no longer deny the proof that's available as well. So he'll stay with us. Let's also play out the visuals of then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh meeting Yasin Malik, the self-confessed butcher of Kashmiri Hindus and a former Pakistan-sponsored terrorist. In fact, Yasin Malik and his aides, who were never brought to book for their role in the anti-Hindu genocide, despite being visibly guilty of the crime, are today using this photo op to protest their innocence.
एब्सोल्युटली, जो आप तस्वीरें अभी आप ऑन एयर अपने स्क्रीन पर देख रही है वही तस्वीर है जो आजकल वायरल हो चुकी है। जहां तक अगर मूवी का सवाल है, वो जिस तरीके से पूरा जो हिंदू जेनोसाइड जो कश्मीरी हिंदुओं के अगेंस्ट हुआ उस पूरे सीन को दर्शाता है, उसी में ये तस्वीर सामने अब आ रही है, क्योंकि यही सवाल उठ रहे कि आखिरकार उस वक्त सरकार किसकी थी, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी बनती है, अकाउंटेबिलिटी किसकी बनती है। लेट्स लिसन इन टू मेनी ऑफ दोज रिएक्शंस, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू मलिक्स एड हु वाज स्टंग बाय टाइम स्टार।
देखिए पॉलिटिकल लिखना कुछ होता है, वो तो पॉलिटिकल लीडर है, उनसे तो लेकिन उसकी बात ऑल ऑफ द सडन ये पॉलिटिकल लीडर है। अगर ऐसा होता ना, इसको पता होता कि हमारे खिलाफ केस है, पहले वो उनसे जो मनमोहन सिंह जी से भी मिलते। ये बातचीत कब हुई? लेकिन चार्ज फ्रेम को आज चार्ज फ्रेम से क्या हुआ? क्या हुआ? चालान आपके खिलाफ चालान पेश हुआ है। मैंने एक चीज बताऊं मुझे, वो परसों नहीं कर सकते थे, उनको क्या है कि अगर मोहम्मद यासीन मलिक कातिल था, हिंदुस्तान का प्राइम मिनिस्टर उसे क्यों मिल रहा है? मुझे बताइए, कातिल से क्यों मिल रहे हैं? अगर इसने उनके एयरफोर्स के आदमी को मारा है तो वो भी कह रही है हमारा आर्गुमेंट 30 साल मत छोड़े। आपको क्या लगता है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते रहे? आपका मतलब यही 30 साल बीच में छोड़ ही दिया था उन्होंने सारा मसला। क्यों छोड़ा? उस टाइम पॉलिटिकल डायलॉग पैटर्नेज रहेगी, तो आज भी चल रहे थे, वो तो 20 साल पहले तो 2000 के बाद भी 2000 तक क्या कर रहे थे? 1990 से 2000 तक तो एक बड़ा अरसा है ना, 10 साल का अरसा है। 10 साल में क्या कर रहे हैं? आप कहेंगे आपके उस वक्त सरकार सॉफ्ट थी, वो अपन दोनों को किसने फांसी पे चढ़ाया? मकबूल भट्ट को किसने फांसी पे चढ़ाया? बीजेपी ने चढ़ाया, कांग्रेस ने चढ़ाया, उसको भी कांग्रेस ने चढ़ाया फांसी पे।
And these images have come back to haunt the Congress party. Now the wife of squadron leader Ravi Khanna has lashed out at then UPA government, saying it was disappointing to see Manmohan meet India beta Yasin Malik.
यासिन मलिक को गांधीयन कहा जाता था, तो तब भी मैंने बताया था कि गांधीयन कैसे, कि जिसने गन उठा ली वो गांधीयन कैसे है? कहने से पहले थोड़ा शर्म आनी चाहिए हमको। और स्क्वाड्रन लीडर खन्ना जो निहत्था था, वो उसके सीने में आर पार गोली कर सकता था। एक गोली लगने के बावजूद वो उसके साथ सफल किया है। गन में उसने एयर में खाली की है, एक साथी की जान बचाई है। पीछे से उन्होंने आके दूसरे साथी ने उसके 27 गोलियों का पूरा मैगजीन खाली किया है। तो उसकी बात को उजागर नहीं कर सके ये। लेकिन यासीन मलिक के साथ पता नहीं इनका ऐसा क्या था, हुकूमतों का ऐसी कौन सी चीज थी कि जो ये उसको तो हीरो बना के, लीडर बना के बिठा रखा था।
All right, so insider Farooq Shah, who indicted Dr. Farooq Abdullah, the former bureaucrat, says that Farooq Abdullah was the one who abetted genocide in Kashmir. Times Now also spoke to the former bureaucrat. Listen in.
Shah Sab, can you tell us what exactly happened in 1989? Because you had joined at the service in 1985 around. Yeah. So, being in information department, that's a very important organ of government. So, what really happened during 1989? Can you tell us the viewer?
I tell you one thing. It was not only a 90. It was the circumstances were being created. Before that, this was, if we go little bit earlier, 94, 95, you see that we will make a masjid, a mosque in secretariat, which is basically a government secretariat. So this type of things have started working, and there were the political parties there were a family was in loggerhead with each other for the political power, and for that political power there have been attacks in the different religious institutions in the southern Kashmir also. Now, I also feel that speech on 15 August 1989, when one responsible chief minister of the time, who unfurled the national flag on that day, but his speech, if you analyze, has also created a scare in the Kashmir psyche that, look, Kashmiris, Indian army has burnt Batmalu, and they will just burn each of your area, each of your village, and each of your mohalla. So these type of speeches were from the politics. And recently, 4 days before, ex-Director General Mr. Vaid, Dr. Vaid, has also made a revelation of that period of 89, that 70 trained, mysteriously trained, whether they were trained from Pakistan, whether they were trained from Afghanistan, or where from they were trained, from Russia, one doesn't know. So, but he has made this revelation that those people were brought through the, corridor, the official corridor, political. He used the word, the political corridor.
So that was Farooq Shah speaking to Sohail there. Sohail, so now we have documents that have been released that show that Farooq Abdullah was in power. Now we have an ex-bureaucrat also revealing Farooq Abdullah's role, saying he abetted the genocide. Now, proof really mounting against him. Can he really deny this?
Now, in fact, money proofs coming out, and Abdullahs now need to answer. And in fact, all the events that led to the exodus of Kashmiri Pandits have happened under their watch from 87 to 89. All this ex-bureaucrat Farooq, in fact, saying that he made a speech on 15th of August in 1989, where he tried to scare the population of Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, then a DGP SP Vaid claiming that 70 militants were released. This Farooq Shah is also raising questions over the Rubia Said kidnapping case. So all these things are in public domain now. These developments are under public scanner. All what National Conference, Congress combined can do is come out and answer these questions. At the same time, Kashmiri Pandit community, in fact, people of Jammu and Kashmir are very much looking what Prime Minister Modi and his government will do. Will there be a probe initiated? Will there be a commission to look into all those incidents that eventually led to exodus of Kashmiri Pandits?
Absolutely, क्योंकि जवाबदेही दोनों की तरफ से बनती है. When it comes to the then UPA government, चाहे वो कांग्रेस हो, चाहे वो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस हो, और तब के चीफ मिनिस्टर्स क्यों ना हो, चाहे वो डॉक्टर फारूक अब्दुल्ला क्यों ना हो. When it comes to the entire denial mode, they need to come out of it and answer the Kashmiri Pandits who have faced the genocide. So, for the moment, thank you very much for joining in.